I'm going to be replacing a four-way switch. Make sure you always turn off the electric to the circuit you're working on and double check it with an electrical tester. A shock under the right conditions can be deadly. If you have three switches that operate a light, you have a pair of three-way switches and a four-way switch. The circuit is going to start with a three-way switch. Your four-way switch is going to be the second switch, and the third switch going up to the light will be a three-way. If you haven't removed your four-way switch first, turn off the electric, and then what we're trying to do is find the matched pair of travelers coming from that first three-way switch. This switch has two screw terminals that are dark in color, and they have two screw terminals that are light in color. The two dark colored screw terminals are a matched pair. The two light colored screw terminals are a matched pair. So this is very easy to tell what two wires are coming from the first three-way switch. It also could have input or output letting you know what's a matched pair. This new four-way switch is kind of unique. It has two raised areas that let you know that these top two screw terminals are a matched pair. For this switch, I would just mark two of the wires that go to a matched pair of screw terminals. For example, the top two are going to the dark colored screw terminals. I would mark these with a magic marker, or I'd put tape on these two wires. And now I would connect these two wires to either one of the matched pair on the new switch. And now I know that this is going to work with my other two three-way switches. If you've removed a four-way switch and you didn't mark the matched pair of travelers, what you can do is turn off the electric, separate the wires so nothing's touching, and then turn the power back on and use an electrical tester to find the live wire. When you turn the electric on, there's only going to be one live wire coming from the first three-way switch. So I'm going to test the wires. In this case, this is the live wire, so I know this wire is coming from the first three-way switch. I don't know which three-way switch is coming from the service panel and which is going up to the light. This switch is on the circuit, so I'm going to flip it in the other direction, and nothing changed. So now I know that this switch is going up to the light. So now I'm going to flip the other three-way switch the other direction. Now that I switched the other three-way switch, this wire is dead and this wire is live. So I know that these two wires are the travelers coming from the first three-way switch. I'm going to mark these two wires and connect them to a matched pair of screw terminals on the four-way switch. I turned the electric off, I marked my two wires, and now I'm going to connect them to the two screw terminals on the new switch with the two raised areas. For this project, I'm working in the Chicago area, so we have metal conduit connected to metal boxes. When I screw the switch into the metal box, it's going to be grounded. Our conduit is our ground path. For most areas in the country, you're going to have non-metallic cable with a bare ground wire. That bare ground wire would be connected to the green grounding screw. Once you put the switch in, turn back on the electric, and then you can check that all the switches are working.